All right, welcome back. This is Brandy Horn again. I'm an instruction and reference librarian at the Greg Graniteville Library. In the previous video, we talked about this worksheet and what we're doing with this worksheet and how to use it, and talked about how we filled out this table. I'm going to have this up for us to reference as I show you the resources, because we're going to use this worksheet, or we're going to rely on this to guide our searching. Okay, so think of the worksheet as preparing to search, and now we're in the process of searching. So on the library's homepage, library.usca.edu, you see that at the top. You can just type that in to get to our homepage. When you're looking at the library's homepage, in the center of the page, we have the primary search box, and it has tabs for all the different searching options. It defaults to books and media. That's how you would search for books in our library's catalog. As I mentioned in the previous video, you're not really going to focus on print items because you don't have access to them right now, but you do have access to ebooks. We have about 200,000 print items in the collection in the library, but we have access to over 300,000 ebooks. So there is still a substantial book collection that you have access to. So it defaults to books and media, right? We don't have to do anything. We have this search box. There's this drop down that gives you the options of keyword, title, and author. What we're going to do, if we reference back to our worksheet, is we're going to search our author's name, but we're going to search our author as keyword, okay? We're not going to search them as title. We could possibly get things that way, but we're not going to search them as title, and we're not going to search them as author, because if you search an author's name as an author, you'll just get works written by them. Now, it's possible that you could get something useful, like maybe an autobiography or a collection of correspondence, letters that they've written to other people. But searching them as an author mostly will just get you other things written by them. So we're going to leave it as author, okay? And then when you're searching an author's name in our catalog, you want to type in the last name first. So if you were doing Tim O'Brien, you would do O'Brien, comma, Tim. Okay. Once we have our author's name written in there, a person's name, anytime you search a person, it's going to be last name, comma, first name. So you search your author's name as a keyword and then click search. Okay. And here you have, see, we have 80 items related to Tim O'Brien. So because we searched him as a keyword, we're getting all the stuff written by him and all the stuff written about him, right? So you'll notice that he's listed as author on a lot of these, but the further down you go, you'll notice eventually that the author's name changes and you're getting into stuff about him. Also notice that on the left-hand side, you can tell if you're looking at an ebook or a print item. Okay. You can also tell you're looking at print items because they're going to have locations and call numbers, whereas ebooks are just going to have something as far as location, usually USC Library or Internet, but no call number. Okay. Now, there's 80 items here. That's quite a bit. You have some options to limit this further. At the top of our results page above the search boxes, you'll see this option to modify search. Okay, if you click that, you do have the option where it says material type. You do have the option of limiting to ebooks. So you can do that. Click submit. And now we're down to 39 things, and these are all going to be ebooks. All right. You can go through and see what kinds of things are here and see if anything might potentially be useful to you. Another thing that you can do, we scroll back up, this drop down that appears next to the search box, on the library's homepage, it only gave you like three options, keyword, title, and author. Okay, but once you get into the catalog, it gives you more options, including subject. If we search our author's name as a subject and then click search, we get a different type of results page. And what we see here is a breakdown of the types of items we saw in our list of books in the catalog, but broken down into the types of books that they are. And you'll notice that the one with the most entries, 12, is criticism and interpretation. So if you're interested in literary criticism dealing with work by Tim O'Brien, criticism and interpretation could potentially be useful to you. Interviews could possibly be useful to you if you're looking at things from the time period, right? Views on war, right? Stuff written about things they carried. If you just see an author's name, oftentimes that's going to be something like a biography. But we're going to look at criticism and interpretation. Now, previously we had limited it to ebooks, but it kind of like defaulted back. So notice that we've got ebooks, but we also have print. So as you look through this list, make sure you're looking at ebooks, but there's only 12 items, so I wouldn't bother limiting it again at this point. But as you scroll through, if something stands out to you as being potentially useful, like here we have Soldiers, Once and Still, Ernest Hemingway, James Salter, and Tim O'Brien. We know by the word soldiers it's going to have, it's going to discuss war in some way, but this is a print item. But if we look at the next one, we have that same book available as an ebook. So if you see an ebook that potentially could be useful to you, you can click on the title. Once you get into the item record, that's the page that we're looking at now, where it says connect to, you will either see one link or multiple links. In this case, we have multiple links. So we would select the one that says Aiken. At this point, because none of us are on campus, it's going to prompt us to log in. And I know that y'all are having trouble with logging in. When you click log in with network username and password, you are going to use your network username. You cannot use your VIP to get into the library's resources. Okay? You have to use your network username, which ideally is the first part of your email. Now, for those of you who've been emailing me, you'll notice that this is slightly different. Faculty have a whole other login issue. So just kind of ignore the fact that mine says Horn BR instead of Brandy H here. For us, this corresponds with our USC email, not our USC Aiken email. So just ignore that. But it's the network username is the first part of your email, right? And then your Blackboard password. If that does not work for you, okay, if that does not work, you will you'll click the red off-campus login box, and I can show you that very quickly since this is an informal video. This red off-campus login box right here, right? And then the off-campus login help, this PDF on the left, okay? You'll go through, and we have a link down here where you can check your authentication. And I'm just going to type my password in incorrectly. Submit. And if it comes up red, authentication failed, you would click Account Management System. And you can try resetting your password if you want, but chances are that's not going to work. You'll have to reclaim your account. That process takes probably about 10 to 15 minutes. Will involve security questions. You'll have to set up your Duo again. But once you go through that process, you should be able to access resources. If during that process you get stuck in a loop, or if you get through the whole thing and it still doesn't work, you'll need to contact the help desk and get them to help you. Okay? So when you're accessing from off campus, if you try to log in here and that doesn't work, you'll go to that box on the home page and then proceed from there. But here I'm trying to access this ebook from off campus. I've entered my network username, my password. I'm going to log in. Okay, and now I'm at the item record for the ebook. Now, you do have the option on the left to download and read online. Do not download the book. That becomes a whole other issue. What you can do is scroll down. You have table of contents, and you've got a chapter on Tim O'Brien. Okay, you can do subsections if you want, right? Or you could just click on the Tim O'Brien chapter. And if you want, you can read through the entire Tim O'Brien chapter. Or if you want to see if this book is discussing things that might be helpful to you, on the left-hand side, you have search within book. If there are things that you're interested in, maybe you're interested in the theme of family, we could type that in, right? And we see an indication here how much a concept is discussed within the work. We can open it up. In each instance where that word appears in the book, it will be highlighted within the text. So what you can do is go to it, read the text around it, and see if it's discussing those concepts you're interested in, those themes, in a way that could potentially be useful to you. This is a quick way to decide whether or not a book is useful without having to read the entire thing or the entire chapter. Okay? And you can go through if there are multiple concepts you're interested in. I did family that time. Maybe I want to look at letters. Again, we can go to the Tim O'Brien section and see if it discusses the concepts that we're interested in a way that is useful to us. Okay, so ebooks are super handy, okay, that you can use. Now, this ebook was from ProQuest. Okay, they have a very specific interface, but we get ebooks from multiple publishers. So notice that we have another copy of the ebook here. If we click that, before that other one had multiple links, this one just has one. So we're going to click the one link. We're going to select our campus, and we've already logged in, so we don't have to log in again. Now notice that the interface is slightly different here, but the setup is basically the same. You'll scroll down. You have table of contents. You've got Tim O'Brien's chapter and the subchapters, subsections. You click on that, but same thing. You've got the text over here on the right. You don't have the search within box right here, but you can click search within. And again, oh, nope, my fingers are off. You can search for the concepts that you're interested in, and it will highlight within the text. So the functionality is basically the same, but the interface is slightly different. Okay. So that's just searching for Tim O'Brien in the catalog. I'm going to click new search. Oh no, sorry, excuse me. Not back far enough. Right? That's just searching Tim O'Brien in the catalog. But you can also search, I'm just going to go to the home page. You can also search Vietnam War. Okay, and you can click modify, and if there's anything specific that you're interested in, you can try different combinations of search terms just to see what kinds of things you get. Okay. Again, you don't have to necessarily focus on works about your author or about your work of literature that you're reading. You can kind of read around for some historical information as well. So the video recording tool I'm using limits me to 15 minutes per video, and we're at 13.5 now. So I'm going to stop, let this video just be the catalog, and then I'm going to record another video for databases. So if you have questions about the catalog, let me know. But until then, give me a few minutes and I'll do the databases video. See you in a bit.